Attorney General Bill Barr's decision to appoint U.S. Attorney John Durham as a special counsel with powers to look into the origins of the 2016 Russia collusion investigation is causing quite a stir among Democrats. Let's start there with our panel. Democratic strategist Kevin Walling and Center for American Liberty founder Harmeet Dhillon. Welcome back to both of you.
Thanks, Shannon. Good evening.
Okay, Congressman Jerry Nadler, who chairs the House Judiciary Committee, says this: in the waning days of the Trump administration, the Attorney General has once again used the powers of his office to settle old scores for the president. I have asked the Attorney General to call me and provide an explanation for this order without delay. Harmeet, do you think that Attorney General Barr is going to call up Congressman Nadler anytime soon?
Congressman Nadler is a joke. He has no standing to demand explanations on this or any other matter. We should not forget that the prior administration to President Trump set in motion a lot of wheels that were used to investigate him unjustly for a long time. That shouldn't happen again. So what we're having here is an attorney general making sure that an existing investigation into existing wrongdoing is completed. And even with this appointment, it doesn't guarantee that, because whoever the next attorney general is, if there's a change of attorneys general, will ultimately have the authority to do a thumbs up or thumbs down on whatever is recommended by a special counsel. So I think it is a distinction without much of a difference, but it does seem to imply some longevity in this overlong investigation.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tweets this: AG Barr was absolutely right to appoint John Durham to be a special counsel on this matter. The nation deserves to know the truth about the egregious abuses of power that took place in 2016 and deserves that justice be done to anyone who broke the law. Kevin, I think it was Senator Grassley who said tonight, listen, Mueller was a special counsel. We allowed him to proceed, so this should proceed as well.
Yeah, Shannon, listen, I don't envy the Attorney General. He's trying to hold on to his job for the next 50 days. He came out today, as we saw, and said that there was no widespread evidence of fraud that has been relayed to the Department of Justice, really countering what the president has been out there saying, that this was a fraud with regards to this election. So he had to give the president something, and he gave him this nod to Durham to continue this investigation in a different light. Now, this probe has been going on for the last year and a half and has yielded just one lawsuit, one charge out of that entire process. So the question is, if it's been going on for this year and a half, it's only yielded one lawsuit against a former FBI lawyer. Where's the meat in this sandwich here? Where is this a nothing burger? What's happening here that it is continuing on?
Oh, okay. We also have this situation down in Georgia where the Secretary of State has said this about looking into groups that may have been doing some nefarious things with voters or voter registration.
We have to remain vigilant. That is why I'm announcing an investigation into third-party groups working to register people in other states to vote here in Georgia.
Harmeet, registering people in other states to vote in Georgia sounds sketchy.
Sounds illegal, sounds like a felony. And if you're doing it in a coordinated fashion, it could be a federal felony. And so I think it is very striking that this is happening. And, you know, there are a few layers here, Shannon, but one of them is that the Georgia governor has wanted to actually purge the voter rolls of people who don't belong there because they may have moved or for other reasons. And it has been Democrats who have viciously fought efforts to purge the voter rolls of people who have moved, have died, or otherwise ineligible to vote. The upshot of that is that when you have groups like this group that is affiliated with one of the candidates, Raphael Warnock, spamming the populace with these solicitations to register, it is inevitably going to be soliciting people to obtain vote-by-mail ballots who are legally unentitled to them, people who have moved. But it's more than that. Some of these groups are also asking college students who don't live in Georgia to temporarily register in Georgia. People are asking people to move into Georgia. And, you know, there are other irregularities. Stacey Abrams is accused of having run ballot harvesting efforts in Georgia in the recent election. So I think there's a lot to look at there, and I hope that the law is strictly applied and people who commit voter fraud are held accountable.
And we should all want that. Very quick final word to you, Kevin.
Yeah, I think as you're seeing, these groups are working off the lists provided by the Secretary of State, the Republican Secretary of State. Any abuses should be investigated and prosecuted, but they're working off the list of that Republican Secretary of State to encourage folks to turn out and register before the December deadline, and then obviously to vote in that January election.
It is going to be a very, very important one. We'll be watching. Kevin and Harmeet, we know you are too. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon.
Okay, religious schools shut down by Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear's COVID restrictions have filed an emergency petition with the U.S. Supreme Court asking why movie theaters and gyms can stay open, but they can't. Hear from an attorney representing those schools. It joins us live next.